Hey Sagittarius, thank you so much for joining me. I was quite simply shuffling, and before I even hit play, the Ten of Pentacles came out. This is your general reading, a weekly reading, and we'll be using the Mythic Tarot cards, stories from the Greek myths. We'll be looking at the Libra full moon and how this is going to affect you, because how you are with this full moon is really going to affect your week and almost like a platform for moving off and into the future. So with the Ten of Pentacles coming up, this is looking at long-term wealth, long-term foundations, what you achieve in this lifetime. Pentacles are all about wealth, money, finances, but with this card is also family. It's the question asked of this card is, when you get to the end of your life, what do you want? What do you want to have achieved? What do you want in your life? What's going to make you happy? So there's family, there's money, there's achievement, there's success, there's abundance. So there's connections with people. So it's really, this is what's kind of coming up as a theme that you're going to be looking at this week, Sagittarius. And it's beautiful. The Ten of Pentacles is a beautiful card. So I'm just going to keep shuffling. So it's really, what are you building in your life? What do you want to achieve? Okay, so let's keep going with the reading. Yeah, and so interestingly, yeah, exactly what we were saying with the Five of Pentacles and the Empress coming up. You know, the Five of Pentacles with the moon, it's interesting. Each card has got a moon energy, which is saying the influence of what the moon is going to be bringing up for you guys this week, because this moon can bring up some uncomfortable things. It's looking at your relationship to things, and this week you're really going to be looking at your relationship to money and what you've achieved and where you are at in your career is what I'm getting, and where you're feeling insecure about competition, that other people might be better than you, other people might have more than you. It's kind of asking all those sort of questions. And it's funny because one of the other, I think it was Taurus, had this as well, but they were in the other, they were actually like this, was the other direction. So with you guys, what we're looking at is abundance is the Empress, okay? The Empress, this is Demeter. The Empress is a major arcana. Demeter is all about the god. She's the goddess of seasons and cycles and harvest. And you can see her, her hands are moving towards the wheat fields that are coming up. She's all about bringing flow into your money, flow, bringing abundance into your world. It's also around, Demeter is the mother figure as well. It's around fertility, relationships with your mother, around your self-mothering, how you look after yourself. Now, the Five of Pentacles is the poverty of consciousness card. It's where your deficit, those areas are in deficit, where you're not, where abundance isn't coming into your life, where you're not looking after yourself. Now, interestingly, the same relationship with the Empress to the Five of Pentacles. This is interestingly Daedalus in the Five of Pentacles. He's the same character as in, I'm just trying to put that up properly, sorry. He's the same character as in the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, sorry. And he's a master tradesman, you know, he's a master craftsman. It's about, you know, your career and what you achieved. So he, to get to the Ten of Pentacles, goes on a very long journey through his life. And one of the major shifts, a major shift, is this Five of Pentacles, where he leaves what he's built up in his job. He leaves because he's feeling insecure. He leaves because he's done something wrong. He's done something wrong. And so he leaves almost in shame. And then he goes and rebuilds himself again. He goes to a new location, builds himself up again, and he ends up at this Ten of Pentacles. But what I'm getting is just the whole journey of the Pentacles is important for you guys this week, Sagittarius. The fact that building long-term money and success, it's a process, and you can rebuild. You might be in a rebuilding phase, and it's looking honestly at, your role, your position, how you've reacted, just say maybe you've left a workplace under bad circumstances, or maybe how you've reacted to situations around career, work, finance, particularly career. I'm getting career. So it's the looking at the journey of your career. Like with the 5, it's almost like you're in the middle of that career. You're not at the end. The 10 of Pentacles is the end, and that's kind of where we're looking to the future, where you want to be. But right now in the 5, you're feeling like you're not there yet. So there's this poverty of consciousness. I'm also getting not a deficit of not caring for your body, not caring for yourself, and not that's where this self-mothering comes in with the Empress card of how are you looking at yourself? Now see how they're going in opposite directions. They're not facing each other. But look how Daedalus is he's looking at you. He's looking right at you. He's looking at you like, take a good look at yourself and see what part of this journey of the 5 of Pentacles is reflected in you. What are you responsible? How are your actions responsible? How are your responses to people responsible for you being in a position where you felt like you've been left out in the cold, where you haven't got to where you want to be, where you haven't achieved success or money, you might have had conflicts with people at work. What is your role in this? And it's uncomfortable to actually go through that. That's the energy of the moon is bringing that to us, because it's asking for you to sit in this uncomfortable space. And what we often want to do is to revert back into a habit of trying to block that uncomfortable feeling, but it's really asking you to sit with this. Now, the 5 of Pentacles also is about, it's a stage where Daedalus left one job and moved to another, left one career and moved to another, and he built himself up again. And it's in that middle zone where you kind of might have achieved a little bit of success, but it kind of hasn't got to where you want it to be. And you're in that zone where you're thinking about leaving. You might be thinking about leaving where you're at, or starting a new career, or moving to a new workplace. It's taking a good hard look at where you're at with your career. Now, notice that the Empress Demeter is much bigger than Daedalus in terms of how big she is in the frame of the card. So they're saying that is a bigger energy that's coming in for you guys, that there is possibility for greater abundance if you can look at this quite honestly and with clarity. So it's challenging. It is challenging because we've got a tendency with this 5 of Pentacles to want to blame other people. It's always someone else. You've got a bad boss, or you don't like the people at work, or the company wasn't right, or someone was jealous of you when really you're jealous of them. It's asking all those uncomfortable questions that none of us really want to look at, but it's leading to abundance. With Demeter coming in so strongly, she's saying, look after yourself, be uncomfortable, look at the discomfort, but also look after yourself and be ready through this process to be open to more abundance. Because, this is where we're heading. This is where it's kind of like the vision for the future, the 10 of Pentacles. And it's saying that's possible. That's kind of like the carrot that's being put out in front of you. It's like you go through this uncomfortable journey. This is where we can come out on the other side of it. So it's, I've only had 3 cards and we're nearly at the end of the reading already. I'm going to pull out another 2 for you guys, Sagittarius, because, nearly flicked out. I'm going to pull out 2 cards for you, 2 soul cards. So one is a clarifier for this reading and one is a final parting message. So what can we get for Sagittarius around this? Okay, Page of Pentacles just fell out. Page of Pentacles. And again, we're talking about Pentacles. It's around, Pentacles are around wealth, career, finances. They're looking at long term, that slow moving energy. And the pages bring messages. Now, again, we were getting with the Empress to look after yourself. It's that self-mothering, or looking at your relationship with your mother, because sometimes these attitudes get passed down as belief systems of what you're worth, and, taking a good look at that. It's actually quite uncomfortable. But the Page of Pentacles is that this card is very much, you could be feeling a little bit sensitive. It could be making you feel a little bit, just sensitive. So there's a soft energy to this page where he's holding up his pentacle. He's holding up his dream for his future and what he wants for his life. But it feels so vulnerable. It feels like, where am I going to plant this seed so that I'm going to get to this Ten of Pentacles, where I'm going to reap the harvest? See all these, it's all it's all blending in, where he's going to plant his pentacles so it's going to grow. And that's exactly what the Empress is about, reaping the harvest, with Demeter coming in, the goddess of harvest. So it's all about that. It's all about reaping what you sow. And so with the Page of Pentacles, this is not about moving forward into anything immediately. It's about, going through this journey could make you feel exactly a little bit sensitive. So it's just taking time to be a little bit careful with yourself. Again, the self-mothering, looking after yourself, but really holding that precious, that vision of where you want to go, of what you want from your career, from your finances, from at the end of the life. Hold that dream close to you and just be careful with it. Not necessarily protecting it, because I'm getting the protecting, your self-protection was kind of part of that block of what was holding you back and stopping you from being open to abundance. So it's not about necessarily protecting with it. It's about just being careful with yourself and looking after it with yourself. It's, imagine you've got like a little puppy that's really cute and new, but it's so vulnerable. So you've just got to look after it really carefully. It's like that. It's like that feeling. So Sagittarius. Let's see, what final card have we got from the soul for you guys? What can we get for Sagittarius as a final parting message about this? What can we get for Sagittarius? I mean, it's been such a strong message for you guys. What can we get? Okay, great. This is the first card I've actually had to pull out. Well, fantastic. The Sun card. Great. This is the message from the soul. Okay. Sometimes Leo energy. The Sun is the Leo energy, but it's really happier times are ahead. This is the happiest card of the tarot deck. It's a major arcana. It's Apollo, the god of healing and light. It's stepping into the light. It's bringing happiness into your life. So going through this process is just going to make you so much happiness. And it's saying there is happiness available for you. Happiness and this Ten of Pentacles. So if you can go through this process and sit with it and take a good look at your actions and your responsibilities and your belief systems, this is kind of what the opportunity, this is where it can be leading. This is the bigger picture of what's happening, bringing more happiness, more contentedness with where you are in your life. So, the Sun card is renewed hope, better times ahead, happiness, feeling fulfilled, feeling clear, feeling like you can step into the light and just feel good about yourself. So it is actually really positive for you guys, Sagittarius. I just think that this full moon might trigger some things within you. So it's just, the whole message was there about looking after yourself, be able to sit with this uncomfortable feeling and then moving forward. And it's propelling you towards happiness and achievement and success long term. So I hope that resonates with some of you guys. If you would like to hear more, I will be uploading these at the same time each week. So please like, subscribe, or leave a comment. Otherwise, take care and have a great week. Bye.